Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today, if you have seen my videos for my Valorant Esports channel, you probably know the concept of the 15 moments from X season for 2023. Today, we talk about the 15 moments that has happened in the 2023 VCT season. So how this is going to work, or how the structure is going to work, is I'll first talk about with game changes, and then I'll talk about VCL, basically like the Challengers League, basically tier 2, and then VCT to end it off. So let's first start off with the first game changes moment. The first game changes moment I want to talk about is the Newt controversy. Is anyone really surprised about this entry? Basically, just a little TLDR, there was a player named Malibu who was in the team and apparently basically just got a competitive ruling. I'm pretty sure was kicked out, well not kicked out, but basically Newt was disqualified because of Malibu. I think one of them was because of possible cheating accusations, I'm pretty sure were true, and also false identity. And considering that the photo that the broadcast used was actually an AI image, not really good look for Malibu. But if you want more information about it, I'll leave a link to basically the whole controversy in the description below, as I have already made a video on it. Next up, let's now move over now to the GameChangers Championship event. First starting up with Team SMG, somehow with 4 duelists. Obviously the story behind that was it was accidental, they didn't mean it. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a ping test, or they thought it was supposed to be a ping test, but it wasn't actually a ping test, it was actually the game. This was up against Evil Geniuses, pretty sure on the first day. It was the first day, the first match for the event, and it came up with 4 duelists, and even the start duelist wasn't actually on duelist, which I find pretty funny. But they absolutely destroyed EG in either way, so it doesn't really matter. But that's definitely something that I don't think is ever going to be repeated at all, unless Paper Regs pull something out of their ass that they're just going to be doing 4 duelists. I do not think that this will ever happen in a professional event. Not talk about the show matches or stuff. I am talking about like Masters, Champions, the regional tournament, Ascension, or the Challengers leagues, or the Game Changers. I bet that is not gonna happen anymore. To cap off Game Changers, let's now talk about Shopify Rebellion, as they were the champions of 2023, and rightfully so. They absolutely deserve it. Even when they were originally called version 1, they absolutely deserved it. They were the best team in North America by a landslide. Even though they were beaten out by Evil Geniuses on the grand final for Series 2, I'm pretty sure, in North America. But either way, I mean, they absolutely dominated North America, obviously up until the grand final, and they dominated this entire event as well. Even though Team Liquid Brazil, they did put up a great fight in the grand final, and also and obviously as well, shout out to Team Liquid for doing that. But it was just absolutely flawless. I mean, I'm just not surprised, and you could tell as well how much it meant to the players, considering just the emotion that they had after the game. So they absolutely deserve that victory. Congratulations to all of them. Let's now moving now to VCL, and first start off with a couple content creator teams in North America, that being Moist Esports and DSG. This was a bit of a surprise, I'll be honest. I think that was definitely the big thing happening in North America, other than the Guard and M80 and G2. These two were very promising teams. I mean, Moist, I can't remember what team they bought out, but it might be Breakthrough. Might be wrong, but I think it was Breakthrough. Might be wrong about that. I think yeah, I am, but either way. And then DSG, I'm pretty sure they came up from the upper qualifier, and they had like Steel, Clear. Who else was there? I think Ziff was there. Might be wrong. And there was one player that I'm trying to remember, and I just cannot remember, and it's pissing me off. But I'll probably put like the rosters there for like Moist and DSG or something. I'm not really too sure. But either way, I mean DSG, they were alright. They weren't really the best. They were just alright, I'll be honest. Like they were just up and down. Especially when they signed Ye at the very end. They were just up and down really, and then I mean, Ye didn't really put up a great impact on them. And I mean, and obviously, yeah, he was also pissed off, had his teams as well, which is why he said focus on your bomb side, and he was just all pissed off and stuff. While for Moist, they were pretty decent. I mean, they slowly improved. I'm pretty sure they came like third place. I'm pretty sure in the final for the 2 Ascension spots. I'm pretty sure, and they were pretty good. And then now that Moist, they have pretty sure they have now combined with Shopify Rebellions. I'm pretty sure it's now like Moist X Shopify Esports, or I can't remember what the actual name is, but it's like it's Moist X Shopify. And then DSG, I don't think they actually have a male roster. I think they have a GC team who's pretty decent, but they do not have a male roster. I'm not really too sure. I think the Skies might be having a male team maybe next year, but we just have to wait and see on that. Let's talk about some underdog performances during the Ascension tournaments that have been Portugal for EMEA and Oceania for the Pacific. So Portugal, obviously the team that represented Portugal over in Ascension for EMEA was Saw, and I was not expecting them to be top 4. Top 4 is very impressive for a very young, well, not only young, but just not really like well-known region as Portugal is. They're more of like a very, like, obviously like there's like Spain, France, and then there's like maybe, I don't know, like Dash maybe. Those who are maybe like the most popular regions, like, you know, maybe even Northern Europe if you really want to say that. But Portugal, they're probably down like the bottom where like Italy is, maybe in my opinion. So with Portugal and so with Seoul grabbing top 4, that was very impressive from them, especially against like the competition like Gentlemates, Apex, Ascend, Focus, KC Sports, Digital Athletics as well. Some great teams in that tournament, and they came top 4, which is very impressive for that region. So Seoul definitely deserves it. While for Oceania, bonkers. I mean, they beat out D+ in their group in Pacific, and they made it all the way to the playoffs. Even though, yes, they did lose to Boom Esports, which I'm pretty sure was pretty close. I know it was 2-0, but it was like some like close games. So even though, I mean, it was definitely like it was a underdog performance for both of these regions. Absolutely deserve it. And I definitely put Portugal on the map, considering that Tomazi, pretty sure today, was announced to be joining Carmine Corp. While Oceania, they've been a lot more slow on that, I'll be honest. It's been like the last play that was like tier 1 in partnership was Ronski, and that's really all. But I mean, Autumn, obviously he's Australian. He's now in FPX, so obviously I'm excited to see how he goes, and maybe some more Australians maybe coming up maybe in the China region. We just have to wait and see there on all the rosters. Finally, for VCL, we have the Ascension winners from all 3 regions. So for the Americas, we have the Guard. From Europe, we have Gentlemates, and then for Pacific, we have Bleed Esports. I mean, the Guard, they're basically non-existent anymore. G2 Esports took their spot because they basically just opted out because of how expensive Esports is. So it's basically G2 were actually the Ascension winners. But I mean, G2 as a whole, their roster's pretty good. They basically have like the 4 players from the Guard excluding Tex, and they added a Leaf in for basically more firepower, and they kept the coaches as well, Josh Harty. So it's actually a pretty decent roster. It's definitely gonna be mid-pack in my opinion. EMEA, the winners were Gentlemates, and I'm not really too sure what to really think about them. I just don't really know. I mean, there was definitely a big surprise when they won. I generally thought Apex were going to win, considering they dominated Northern Europe. Another shout was also Ascend as well. I thought it was going to be Apex versus Ascend in the grand final. No, it was Apex and Gentlemates won to defy all the odds. So I don't really know what to really think about Gentlemates. They could maybe surprise me, but I think they're gonna be better than this year's Carmine Core, definitely. If they're worse than this year's Carmine Core in 2023 Carmine Core, I'm a bit scared for the French region. And then for Pacific, we have Bleed Esports, who might be the most, I guess maybe the most exciting team coming into 2024. Obviously, the big one is that they have Scary. That's obviously the big one, but they obviously have Crazy Guy, who is a phenomenal IGL. They also have Egos, who's a very good young up and coming player, and then the big one, that being Yay. Obviously, he joined the team. And I'm pretty sure he got offered like $1 million to join Bleed in 2023. I'm pretty sure at the beginning of 2023 or end of 2022. So I mean, Bleed and Yay, they've been flirting a bit, and looks like Yay's finally gonna be joining them. So I'm really excited to see how Bleed goes against the other teams, especially Paper X, considering that it looks like Paper X are gonna be the best team in Pacific. But we just have to wait and see what basically how the other Ascension teams are gonna go, and the Chinese team as well. We don't even know who the Ascension one is gonna be in China. Obviously, that'll be in a later video, but still, very, very excited to see how the Ascension teams go up against the partner teams. As we move over to VCT, I just want to quickly mention of the players that we sadly lost this year. That includes Twiston, Davies, Louis, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember how you say her name, I apologize, and Sword. Mostly Twiston, Davies, both of them, they don't need any introduction. Twiston, he was formerly from Team Vitality. Davies, he was formerly from Crew Esports. Mostly two phenomenal players that we sadly lost as well this year. Louis or Lui, I don't know how you say her name, and I apologize for. Pretty sure she passed away from the earthquakes that happened earlier this year, so my thoughts and prayers goes out to her family and friends. And Sword, who was a very unknown British player who passed away as well. I just wanted to just give him a quick shout out, considering that obviously he was another player that passed away. Not really too sure what the reason was. I think I'll leave a link to the Twitter somewhere about all of these for they passing away, sadly. So yeah, it's very important to keep everyone safe, keep your friends safe as well. Like obviously check up on them if they need help or anything. It's very, very important, because if not, then some bad stuff could obviously happen to them. So I just want to quickly give all these four players massive shout outs as well, considering that, I mean, sadly lost them, and it's not going to be it's not going to be the same without them. Let's talk about Fnatic. They were maybe the most dominant team of this year in 2023, winning 2 tournaments, which has never happened before. Locked In and Masters Tokyo. Obviously, Locked In, I mean, that was just like the start of partnership, obviously, and considering that they basically had an amazing comeback against Loud, in front of the home crowd of Loud. That's definitely something to really show about Fnatic. 3-11 to the comeback. I'm pretty sure by the end it's like 13-11. I'm pretty sure. So amazing comeback from Fnatic. While Master Tokyo, it was more just pure dominance. I mean, they beat out EG very convincingly in the grand final, and they absolutely deserve to win Master Tokyo. And we'll see if they get to continue their dominance. I mean, yes, they haven't made a lot of changes other than the coach of Alma Putty now joining them. So we'll see how Fnatic goes in 2024. Let's talk about the inaugural regional champions. Obviously, Americas, we have Loud. EMEA, we have Team Liquid. And in Pacific, we had Paper X. Now, the Loud, I mean, that was just... Who's surprised about that? I'd be honest, I can't even remember who even versed Loud. It might have been an NRG, I think it was NRG, and Loud obviously smoked them, so I'm not really surprised there. Team Liquid was very, very surprising. Up until then, no one's beat Fnatic. No one even came close to beating Fnatic. But with Team Liquid, they somehow beat Fnatic to win in the first ever regional tournament in VCT EMEA for partnership. So, I mean, that's definitely something that Liquid can brag to Fnatic about. Even though they had more trophies than Liquid, at least they won the regional champions, well, I should say the regional tournament for partnership in 2023. And the Pacific was maybe the most, well, actually, I should say the best grand final I've ever seen. Paper X versus DRX. That was a phenomenal match. Pretty sure it was a reverse sweep to Paper X. They absolutely deserved it. I mean, they legit came to the grand final as well, like against EG. So they absolutely deserve to be winners of Pacific. And could they maybe go back to back? Not really too sure. I don't think Team Liquid could. Maybe Loud, but Leviathan is also there. So Paper X is the most likely one to possibly go back to back. We'll see it. We'll see how that goes. Let's talk about a couple partnership teams. And first start off with Tale of Carmine Core. Oh, Carmichael. They were a phenomenal team to watch. Maybe for the wrong reasons, maybe also because of Sideshow, but they were a very entertaining team to watch. From Scream missing his lineup and distracting Redguard to the questionable decisions that the team was making, like having put Scream as IGL, and and the whole situation with Scream and Nazera and Zeiss coming in, they looked 10 times better in my opinion. They looked way better. The team actually became fan favorites. I mean, even though yes, like the French, like I should say the fans of Carmichael were defending the hell out of Carmichael, even when they were bad. They slowly became fan favorites across all the regions. When everyone saw their tomfoolery, and they were just amazing. I mean, it was just so good to watch, and they definitely improved over time. Maybe because of Nuzera, but I mean, they were just, it was just phenomenal to watch. I'm really excited to see how they go this year, considering they have a much better roster in 2024. Talk about another team, and a very good acquisition, that being PaperX and Something. Now, I've been watching Something for a very long time. I think longer than most people in the tier 1 scene have. I've seen him absolutely tear up the Japanese scene. I was really excited when he was rumored to be joining PaperX, considering that, I mean, PaperX playstyle, well, I should say, the team's playstyle and Something's playstyle go hand in hand. And because Something, he just holds down W, PaperX is absolutely a perfect team for him. And he made a name for himself. He definitely did. Definitely showed basically his skill. I'm pretty sure on the get-go against T1, they absolutely dominated against them. So I think this was a perfect acquisition by PaperX. Absolutely just nailed it. And I mean, and now Something, I'm pretty sure he's been playing like Gecko. I saw some KO as well, I'm pretty sure at some point, but it has mainly been Gecko. And he's been very flexible and very useful to the team. So even when he's not on Jet taking over games, he is still being very consistent and having a massive impact in the game. Let's talk about a player just rising up to become popular in his region, that being the rise of Kang. That is especially happened in Master Tokyo when Edward Gaming went on that massive run onto basically, I'm pretty sure, getting onto the playoffs, pretty sure, and that iconic up IRL shot against the T1 players, that was incredibly iconic, which I think should be a spray. I mean, we've seen as well Riot obviously commemorating other moments like Crashies, Zipline A's, or the See You in Dallas buddy that I've talked about in my Iceberg video. This one should definitely be a spray at least. If this is not a spray, I would be very disappointed. Because that was such an iconic moment in 2023 that it should be just immortalized forever. I mean, him legit getting up from his seat and just pointing at the players and upping them IRL was amazing to see. So yeah, he definitely came out of his shell. Actually, the whole team came out of their shell and just absolutely dominated against everyone, really. Like, who they gone up against? Like, yes, they were. I mean, yes, they did bomb out at the very end, but still, they went on an amazing performance, and definitely the rise of popularity of Kang back in China definitely helped him. Let's talk about LCQ now, and we don't care about EMEA, we don't care about Pacific. I want to talk about America here. Crew's Cinderella run in the Americas LCQ. Who saw a 0-10 team beating out all the odds to make the champions? I mean, who had that on their bingo card? I don't know what Crew did. I don't know if the coach Adam basically told I don't know what he did, but he just flicked a spark on all these players of Crew, and they went on an amazing run in the Americas LCQ to beat out Cloud9, I'm pretty sure. No, sorry, Leviathan in the grand final to being champions like the next couple weeks. I'm like, just how did that happen? It's just, I don't even know how that happened. It's impressive to say the least. And I was scared. I was like, okay, the MIBR one is like, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. They don't have their star player of Heat, and then they started winning and winning and winning, and I was like, oh my god, it could actually happen. They could actually make a Cinderella run in the Americas LCQ to get out the champions, and they did. Yes, they bombed out from the group stages, yes, but I mean, no one really had them in the playoffs unless maybe like Dryad or something. She probably had them maybe in the playoffs, but it was still an amazing run from Crew, and I think would definitely maybe be remembered for the test of times. Let's then move over to champions for a bit for the final 2 entries, and we'll first start off with Bilibili Gaming. Yes, when they upset NRG not just once but twice. This just basically nailed the coffin of NRG's performance in 2023. They look really good and locked in. They look really good as well in the Americas League, and then they just kind of fell off. I mean, like Master Tokyo, I mean, yes, it was iffy, and then champions happened, and we're like, oh god, this is not good, and that basically disbanded the team. I mean, only like the people who like left in the team are Crashes and Victor and Chet as a coach. Everyone else is left, like Finesse and Som, they're going to content creation, and Odyssey's going back to EMEA with Na'Vi. While for Bilibili, this is a massive win. I generally thought I had them in by their power rankings, I had them maybe 15th. Obviously FPX was maybe worse, but I had the 15th at least. I think they are a much better team than FPX back then. But when they won against NRG, I was very surprised, and I think it was mainly because of Wizzy. He was just an absolute menace on the Raze and Judge. And I mean, Bianx versus the IGL definitely read Finesse like a book, so that definitely helped them. Yosemite also has some great moments as well. Everyone on the team had great moments. Knight and Rin as well. It was just absolutely, it was just pure surprising. Like, I was just so surprised that this actually happened, and it was just, what do we do? So I think Bilibili definitely are going to be remembered as a team that basically nailed the coffin of NRG's 2023 season. I mean, literally, when they beat them twice in Champions and Group Stages to knock them out of for the rest of the 2023 season. And they also can be remembered for mainly Wizzy's Raze Judge play. And I think that's also mainly what people are going to be remembering Bilibili with. To cap off the 15 moments of the 2023 VCT season, we have Evil Geniuses winning champions. Who saw Evil Geniuses, who were basically, I don't know, 10th or 9th in most people's power rankings, to be the best team in the world, even though they might be exiting out of esports pretty soon. They were, I mean, EG can at least say that they were the best team in the world at some point. That was, it may, I mean, it's mainly because of Demon 1. That's the main reason. When Demon 1 came in for BCJ, I mean, even with BCJ, they look decent. Not really the best, but look decent. They look better than everyone else was expecting. Like, maybe, like, a 5th, maybe, yeah, a 5th through 6th, maybe, in the Americas League. But then when they had a Demon 1, they look like a dominant team. And also with Zhojin basically knifing Bang and right-clicking as well onto 100 Thieves. I mean, that definitely helped them. So, I mean, they went on an amazing run. I mean, everyone, like Booster, he had some great moments, especially on Master Tokyo and Champions as well. Everyone stepped up a notch. Ethan stepped up a notch. Jogmo did a phenomenal job. And Calm, I mean, Calm, he was just a very consistent clutch player as well. But the real MVP, not Demon 1, not even any of the players, but is the coach of Potter, from basically being told that if you don't improve the team, we're gonna fire you, to then becoming champions of the world, definitely shows resilience and just how much Potter just wanted to improve this team. So yes, like people can say like, oh, Demon 1, he was a phenomenal player, definitely MVP, or Busio, or anyone. No, my vote is Potter, and that is why that she was the coach of the year. She absolutely deserved it, that award, and I'm just like, yes, I think I'm happy for EG players. Maybe not really the org, considering that the org are very scummy. I hope as well that some of the players get a home. There might be rumor that Demon 1 and Ethan might be going to NRG. Not really too sure. And I think Boostio might be going to 100 Thieves as well. That's the rumors I've been hearing. But either way, congratulations to Evil Geniuses. Congratulations to all the leader players and the coaches, not the org itself. Fuck the org, but the players and coaches. They absolutely deserved winning champions. And that is all. That is all of the 2023 VCT season. Yes, this was obviously, yes, this was the first year of partnership. It was a phenomenal year. Yes, there were some couple duds, but it was a very memorable year, and also memorable year as well for the channel. But that's for a later video. So that's really about it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.